Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. In this time we have a pretty interesting announcement here, and what it is that McFarlane Toys have just announced on Facebook here that they're going to be doing figures for Avatar The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, and they're saying they're going to be coming out in 2021. So this is very, very interesting and sort of unexpected because, as far as we've been concerned, Diamond Select Toys are the ones doing the Avatar action figures. It seems crazy that there are potentially now two companies doing it. Interestingly, this is the only real imagery. This is the entire announcement is literally just this Facebook post and this one image here. Interestingly, they use Avatar The Legend of Aang as the title. Obviously, that's not a mistake. That is what it is called in actually a lot of regions, including the UK and Ireland. It's actually known as Legend of Aang. Obviously, some people aren't familiar with that, but it is actually correct. I don't specifically know why that's the case. I do wonder if this is some licensing thing, that potentially Diamond Select still have the license for Avatar The Last Airbender. So to announce it, they have to use Legend of Aang, but it'll switch over maybe at some point. It does make you question, will Diamond Select Toys not have the license anymore after the third or fourth wave? We'll have to wait and see. But the really interesting thing is that they're doing Korra as well. Obviously, people with the Diamond Select Toys have been wondering, are they going to do Korra? But now it's clear McFarlane Toys are going to be doing both. And I like that they've announced both of them at the same time. I think once again, I think that the lines are going to be relatively separate. But I think it could be a thing where they just release the waves all at the same time. It'll be interesting to see exactly how they do it. But it's nice to just straight off with the announcement, we're getting both sides of things. So we're going to be getting our first, Korra action figure, Mako Bolin, Asami, I guess. And with the Avatar side of things, I'm guessing the first wave is going to be, Aang, Zuko, Katara, Sokka. That seems very clear-cut depending on how many figures they do. That's probably going to be the lineup they do. Again, what book version of each figure will they do? Because I think people would prefer they probably go for the book 3 stuff first and then maybe work backwards. But most people want characters filled in first, in the sense that Diamond Select still haven't done an Iroh. We still haven't had a Mei or a Ty Lee action figure. So will they maybe prioritize doing characters first in this line rather than other stuff? But the question here is, okay, McFarlane Toys, how are they compared to Diamond Select? Because let's be real here, the Diamond Select Toys action figures have not gone down exceptionally well. We're excited just because, up until this announcement, they were all we had. And we'd rather have action figures than not have action figures, and they were always okay. But they're not amazing action figures. Especially when we saw Wave 3 here. And Ozai, a full-size action figure, so much bigger than the Toph, so much bigger than the Aang, and so on, still has these single-jointed, basically useless elbows. The way that they do articulation isn't that great. For characters who are basically all martial artists, it seems insane to me that they continue to persist with the level of articulation that they have. Sculpt wise, they're actually pretty good, apart from a few issues with the faces, which again is going to be something McFarlane Toys now have to tackle. But Diamond Select at least had figures that were, sort of acceptable, even if they weren't exactly what we wanted. Diamond Select also had huge communication problems initially with the two different versions of the figures, which took people a while to get a hold on what exactly was going on. Accessory wise, I don't think people were particularly happy again with how many they got and the fact that some of the accessories were exclusive to other editions. It got kind of confusing. So the thing will be, obviously, McFarlane Toys, how are they going to change things up? So if we go to their website, we can see that they make figures for quite a few things, and they've been doing this for quite a while. You can see what they have kind of going on right now. They have Witcher, what's this from? Spawn. They got Batman, Batman, Mortal Kombat, My Hero Academia, which I'll cover in a second. And you can see other stuff here. So yeah, My Hero Academia, I think from their figure line, is probably the one that will directly relate to the Avatar figures the most, because even though it's anime, it's still an animation, and will give us the best sense for how they do these type of figures. So this Bakugou is one of the more just, I suppose, standard figures, in that he doesn't have a big costume, so it gives you more of a sense for, okay, how will they do the articulation on a teenage character without a lot going on. So you can see here double jointed elbows straight away, joints in the wrists, double jointed knees, ankles that look like they're going to be pretty useful. They do seem to come with a stand here as well, and they have other points of articulation in the head and so on. So pretty overall good stuff, I would say. And you can see, just going around, that they seem to be like reasonably posable, and just straight away double jointed elbows. If they do that for Avatar figures, that's a huge improvement just by default. Obviously it'll depend on the sculpting on the head and stuff like that. Here's Kirishima, who obviously has a little bit more of a complicated design, because he has the kind of almost Aang-esque kind of bit here that, like, obviously the Aangs will have to have. So how do they do that? And based on the promo pictures here, it looks like it's flexible enough that it's not super hard and gets in the way of the posability. So if they have the materials down to be able to do that right, it looks like Aang, probably, like, if they do a book 1 Katara, shouldn't maybe suffer as much as the first wave of Diamond Select figures from just the outfits, which can be quite limiting. And again, double jointed arms here in the elbows. That's really good to see. You can see they also have some kind of waist and kind of ab crunch articulation. So I feel like pretty confident that, like, it does seem like this will be a bit of a step up. I believe they do a slightly bigger scale of figure. Yeah, McFarlane Toys do 7-inch scale figures, whereas the Diamond Select ones are 6-inch. So which means they're likely going to be a little bit more expensive, I guess, or that's actually probably, I think, in or around the same price. So we'll see exactly how that works. I think having a bigger figure to work with will mean they can do double joints more often and so on. So that will definitely, I think, help things. It definitely will depend on how many accessories you get, because, like, the Kirishima here comes with a stand, I guess 2 different arms for his hardening quirk, and then a different sort of hair piece, I guess, which doesn't seem like a lot, in that, like, with the Avatar figures you'd expect, like, Aang to come with, like, a glider, probably the Momo. With, say, Book 3 Zuko, you would want the swords and a fire effect part, and then for Aang, of course, as well, you'd want an air effect part. Like, will they do that? And I suppose it ultimately, they have to make a decision on, like, is it okay? Will people pay more to get the accessories or not? Because I don't think they're going to keep that same price if the Aang is coming with, like, 15 accessories and so on. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, we're in a definitely a cool situation now. We have 2 different companies making Avatar figures, and I guess until Diamond Select makes some sort of announcement about them not doing any more, we will just have 2 competing lines. So we'll get our chance to, I suppose, see how I guess Book 3 Aang will be one they go for, I suppose, straight away. Especially this Book 3 Zuko, I think they will get to quite quickly. So we'll probably have direct comparisons relatively early on once they announce their first wave of figures, which again, coming to their lineup in 2021. No date or anything like that, but I guess maybe in or around Toy Fair time we maybe might start to see some stuff about this. And then again, let's not forget, they also have Korra, and that's going to be very cool. McFarlane Toys also maybe might be in a better position as a company to do other stuff, like imagine they released bigger figures like they did a Naga and they did an Appa to scale. It'd probably be like way too big to do, but stuff like that I think would be potentially cool to see. So yeah, I view this as being definitely a step up compared to Diamond Select, who don't seem to have particularly improved the figures over the waves, and especially with doubts coming in, like we haven't seen if they've improved the Sokka yet. If that doesn't get fixed, that will be a really, really telling point in that line. And especially when, like, over the first 4 waves of Diamond Select, it's what, 3 Aangs? 3 Aangs in the first few waves? I hope McFarlane Toys doesn't get stuck just doing that, and they really get to the other characters kind of straight away. Especially for Korra, they could really get lost doing the different costumes. Like, just from book 1, the amount of outfit changes Korra has. It would be crazy, because you have her sort of winter outfit, her normal outfit, her pro bending outfit, equalist outfit, plus all the other ones that she maybe only wears in like an episode and so on. So they've got so many options, but I'm definitely excited. I think it looks good that they've announced both of them, and I guess that means they'll look good next to each other. So in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are. McFarlane Toys getting the Avatar and Korra license. Do you think this is going to be an improvement over Diamond Select? What do you think this means for Diamond Select and their use of the license? But yeah, what are your hopes for a new manufacturer getting the license for Avatar and Korra? But that has been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.